Chippa Chap, this is Chippa Chap Chat. This is where we rap about what Chippa Chap Chat is. Podcast made from two nerdy brown boys, both 30 years old, buying all the fresh toys. One of us anime, other Marvel fanboys, both throwing hella shit, bringing fans hella joy. Both love to talk shit, that you make it more noise. If you're in a hard game, don't fuck with these boys.
What up, Chipper Chaps? This is Chipper Chap Chat, episode 33.
33!
And it's a big one.
It's pretty. It's a pretty good one, I think.
I'd say it's the fucking biggest one.
No,
that's what I say.
No. I don't agree with that because I feel personally that the big one would be the review of said thing. That would be. I feel that the
that
review
hasn't happened yet.
I know.
So far, this is the.
Do you think
biggest
this is the biggest episode? Like, this can't possibly be the biggest episode.
It's the biggest for me. That's all that.
I
really
think it's a good one. I mean, we're going to be talking about some pretty interesting things this episode. But
hey, motherfucker! Spoiler alert! Spider-Man at the end of this, motherfucker.
Yeah,
so let's blast through this shit because we need to get to the important stuff.
What an idiot!
We haven't talked about it at all yet.
I know we haven't, and it's good.
And I promise,
when
I got
we get
lots
to it,
to say.
And I know when we get to it, and I wrote all the points out, so we'll get to that because that's the last part of that trailer, and a lot of things happened before then. But also, we've got all this other news that we can talk about prior.
And we're gonna blast right the fuck through it. All right, let's do it. Lonely Island movie trailer just came out. It's called Popstar. Never stopping.
Honestly, I'm excited. I didn't even know this was. I totally forgot that this was going to happen.
Right, like they announced a Lonely Island movie a long time ago.
I remember you telling me about it.
They never said what it was.
You just said, "Oh, Lonely Island guys are going to make another movie," and I was like, "Cool."
Right.
And then forgot about it because they didn't exactly talk about filming it and stuff like that.
Right.
And being a fan of Hot Rod. Super keen.
Yeah, Hot Rod is great.
Yeah.
And that's kind of really the first Lonely Island movie before they were...
I want them to make more.
They were known as Lonely Island. Yeah. But they actually announced the name of it, I want to say a week or two ago.
Popstar Never Stopping?
Yeah. Yeah, he went on, he did some interview and said that that's what the name of the movie was.
That's a great title.
And I was like, okay, cool. I know it's going to be some sort of Justin Bieber documentary type parody situation. So I was excited for it already, but I wasn't really sure what it was going to be. And I'm not disappointed, man.
No,
the music sounds awesome.
I'm definitely not disappointed. I love the song, I'm humble, but
yeah,
that's it's the most opposite of humble.
Right, it's pretty much the best, but it describes all pop music, really.
Yeah, it's crazy, but when you first said it was Lonely Island was doing a flick, it didn't really even cross my mind that it would be about music in a sense. I just thought,
how could it not be?
I know, but
Lonely Island is now.
When you said that, though, I was like, all right, cool, the same team that brought us Hot Rod.
Right.
I mean, Hot Rod wasn't music-based at all.
No, but there was basically a few different music videos in the movie.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
But this one is definitely, you know what, to be honest, this trio, I hope they make more films like this. I hope
this does well.
I want this to do well so that they can continue doing this kind of project. I know none of them are in SNL anymore, and they've got their own little things, but the fact that they can still remain this group doing music and also films, that would be fantastic.
Though, I gotta say, man, whoever's fucking idea it was to release the trailer today, you failed, man. You gotta keep up with the news and shit.
Well,
Don't drop this shit the same day that Spider-Man is coming out.
Well, they didn't know Spider-Man was going to be. Drop it next week
or so. Oh, come on. They knew the Civil War trailer was coming out. I swear, just delay your trailer release by a week.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's not a good idea. When you posted, honestly, when you posted the link on Skype, I was like, what is this? Because Popstar, I know the name Popstar here in Australia because there used to be a show called Popstars where it was like Idol before Idol.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking, oh no, what is this garbage?
Yeah, two people that saw it on my Facebook when I posted
They
it.
skipped right through it, right? They skipped
Yeah,
right
they
past
said
it.
they went right past it because they thought it was just some random pop bullshit.
Yeah,
I guess my bad for not yelling. This
Yeah.
is the Lonely Island
if you
movie.
just
in the
typed in
comments.
Lonely Island is back, this is it, I'm
All
sure
right.
more people would have actually peeped it out. But
Hey,
it's not your
but
fault.
all the people that did
Yeah.
are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Absolutely. And, like, when is this film going to be released? I didn't catch a date.
I don't know the date, but I think it's sometime this year.
Okay. It's safe to say it's going to be this year. But
Yeah.
today was not a good day to release that trailer.
Because oh man, there's so much shit going on right now in comic book stuff anyway. So
it's
kind of no time is a good time, but definitely not
today.
today.
Today wasn't. But then check it, right? They can't do it next Friday. You got Daredevil next Friday.
But I don't know,
Or,
man.
well,
I
next
do it
Friday is
middle of the
also,
week, do it on Wednesday. And,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
don't know. It's tricky. Yeah, like early week, even a weekend. Shit,
yeah, seriously, I don't know.
Monday, first thing Monday.
Seems bizarre, but
I don't know, but that
either
looks
way,
great.
the trailer looks awesome. It looks hilarious.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure the music is going to be fantastic. What little bit they showed sounded cool. I like
Is it safe to assume a new album's going to be coming out then?
Oh, the soundtrack of the movie, of course.
It's essentially there. It's another
Yeah,
Lonely Island.
why would it be?
That's true. It's going to be great.
Because they can have features and whatever other musicians appear in the movie. Like, I'm so glad that all the people came back. They're like haters in it.
Yeah.
And he looks basically like the same character.
And the thing is, because they're all mates, there's no way that their roles might not even have to be massive, but it's like just film for a day.
Right, but I saw Seal in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Like, because he's crew, right?
Yeah, man.
I love that, how they show his whole entourage.
Yeah, that shit looks hilarious.
But that looks good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really
all right.
looking forward to that.
Jumping off. Next thing up.
Yeah. Next thing, actually comic related.
Speaking of Spider-Man, sort of.
Kinda.
J. Jonah Jameson
J.K.
has
Simmons.
left the Marvel Universe.
Yep, gone.
And jumped over and joined DC, and he is now James Gordon. Commissioner Gordon. J. Jonah Jameson is Commissioner Gordon. What the fuck, man?
It's like, I think
a lot of people thought he was coming back, though, man. A lot of people were
nah,
like,
there's
he's
no
coming
way.
back.
Nah, I already knew, like, there's no way he was going to come back. It'd be too...
JK kept saying, like, oh yeah, I'm willing to do it. I'm super down.
Yeah.
And they have him do it, the voice of JJ
I
on
know.
the cartoon show.
I know, I get
so
that.
it's
but-
like, okay, what's going on with this? And then, bam, James Gordon. Everybody was like, it's going to be Bryan Cranston. Everybody knows.
Nah.
Dude, where the fuck did that come from?
But then they check it, right? Then they surprise us. Cranston is Jameson.
Right. Yeah. That would be hilarious. And you know
He
what?
could do it.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fucking gold with that, actually.
Fucking plot twist, yo.
Wow.
Plot. That's the we just Shyamalan you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Watch him be J. Jonah Jameson. That show would be amazing. I'd be totally fine with it.
I'm so down with that because
He's also a great comedic actor too.
He is, but generally he's an amazing actor.
But he would fit in Spidey universe fully.
This Spidey one, absolutely.
Come on.
Now they have to do this. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, Ice Cube was a funny idea. But
Right.
Cranston as J. Jonah Jameson in this new Spider-Man universe, come on.
What a fucking plot twist. That would be amazing.
I think
Hey,
it's gold.
future. Make this happen, future time.
Future time.
Because I want to go into the future and I want to go to the past and re-listen to this and be like, oh, we fucking called that
Yep.
shit.
Do that and then get Michael Sheen as fucking
What do we have together?
as Osborn,
As Osborn, yeah.
as
fuck
Norman
it.
Osborn, and that Spider-Man movie would be so damn good,
Come on, guys.
so damn good.
But speaking
yeah.
of not fucking damn good, let's skip right to this thing because it's pissing me off.
What thing? No, we still got Daredevil and all that stuff.
Yeah, but Daredevil's good, so we'll talk about
What
that.
about
before-
Zendaya? That whatever. How do you pronounce her name?
Zendaya, some chick from Disney. She was cast as Michelle, or people are saying Michelle.
Yeah,
Nobody,
I think they're saying Michelle. She's going to be a character in this new Spider-Man movie.
right. Nobody knows if it's supposed to be, like, some people are speculating that it's Michelle Gomez, a character from Spider-Man's comics. She's like a Latina chick or something.
You said a character earlier. What was that character that you typed out earlier?
The
White
one that
Tiger?
I think she
was
should
it
be?
White Tiger?
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Oh, okay. I think that would be rad.
Yeah,
it would make
'cause
sense as well because she's a current player in the cartoon, correct?
Yeah, but you know, so is Iron Fist, and they're not going to connect him to Spider-Man.
Well, I'm just like, it's
fucking legend. But
I don't want her to be Mary Jane. I don't want her to be Gwen Stacy. Those are the two that I do not want her to be.
Those are the sacred ones. Make them look like they're supposed to fucking look. Everybody else, like Liz Allen, fucking Betty Brant, make them look however. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Liz Allen? If she's Liz Allen, fine. If she's Betty Brant,
Liz Allen was
fine.
the other one I think could be cool because she was in the Spectacular cartoon as a cheerleader. That was, I think, dating... Oh, what's the big dude's name? In all the Spider-Man comics in his high school, one of the characters, like Flash Thompson, was a bully. There was another character that was... I think he started out as a bully, but he ended up being one of Peter's friends, and he was like a big, giant, fat dude that was on the football team in that version of the cartoon.
Okay. The only one that I was familiar with was Flash.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't remember what his name was. I keep wanting to call him Porkins, but that's a motherfucker
Sorry,
from
what's his
Star
name?
Wars.
What did you call him?
I keep wanting to call him Porkins, but
There's
I think
a guy named Porkins? That's really not cool.
That's the dude from Star Wars, though. They've named the fat guy Porkins in Star Wars.
Really?
You don't remember the fat TIE fighter pilot or whatever?
That's his actual character name, Porkins?
Yeah, and he's the fat one.
That is fucking terrible. That is awful. Hey, that guy's fat. Let's just call him Porkins. You know he likes. He's fat. Hey, Porkins.
No, but that wasn't even his fucking, like, nickname. That was his name. They named that motherfucker Porkins.
His parents hate him.
I think it's his last name.
That's even worse. No, how about if his parents' surname wasn't Porkins? But he came out. And he was a big kid.
We're gonna be both fucking hacking up. Sorry, we're both doing this sick. So there might be some coughing and wheezing.
There's gonna be coughing.
Yeah, Porkins, that's hilarious. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be in the movie, but in the cartoon, Liz Allen was dating that big dude character, and I really want this new movie. If he's gonna be in high school, really put him in high school. Make him have a cast of fucking characters around him that are all that people he knows. When you go to high school, dude, even if you're the nerd kid, you know more than one fucking person. You know more than one. And whenever they've done his story before, he knows Harry Osborn, and he knows the girl he's gonna try and date.
Yeah, he's
it's
neighbor.
The only two characters he ever fucking knows.
And that's the thing that they need to get right here.
Come on.
There's so many high school films these days, right? I mean, fucking there's always been high school films. People have friends.
Yeah, come on, dude. It's so dumb to me that they don't, like, if when they were talking about John Hughes, we're jumping all over the place, but when they were talking about John Hughes, dude, I was imagining Breakfast Club. I want the Spider-Man movie to be like the Breakfast Club, except for when he goes to lunch or whatever, he's gotta fight the fucking Rhino or the Shocker or some shit. Like, they've got to get the high school part of it, because that's such a big part of a teenager's deal, is the people that they know. That's like their second family, all those friends that they make in school. He's got to have those characters and not just the guy he knows and the girl he knows.
Well, you know how they cast this girl? I hope she's the first of many.
Yeah, I want there to be a cast. Come on, man. Like, really do...
Like, again, even if it was the amount of characters as, say, main characters as, say, Breakfast Club, that's still better than what we've had.
Right, and not everybody needs, like, you know, a full fucking monologue or whatever. You don't have to make them huge characters. But make them people that he casually knows at the school that have personalities.
Yeah, that are just, like, replaceable.
It matters when Mysterio busts through their gym wall
and
looking for
them?
the kid. looking for Spider-Man because he saw him go to that school.
Yep.
You know, they need that kind of shit. Anyway, let's go to the next thing.
Yeah, next thing is Venom movie. That's unrelated to the Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also unrelated to Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the rumor, is that it's not going to be tied into the MCU or Spider-Man. Okay, so first of all, if they don't want to tie it into the bigger MCU, then I guess fine, whatever. This is going to end up frustrating because one of them is going to be gun shy and fuck something up. Because look how they treat like S.H.I.E.L.D., how S.H.I.E.L.D. is like can react to shit but isn't really part of shit.
Yep.
I
don't like that.
I'm terrified of that happening in Spider-Man's world too, and be like, you know, Tony Stark. We say Tony Stark, you know, sometimes in our movie.
Yeah.
That's how it's related to the MCU. I just hope it doesn't end up being that, because that'll be fucking annoying.
That's why, in a way, I do kind of like how the DC universe is the cinematic films aren't related to the television.
Right.
I do like that because they don't have to kind of rely on each other. Whereas it's nice. It's a nice idea for TV and movies to be linked together because you're like, wow, it's one giant world, one giant universe. But when the things in the movies affect the things on the television, but nothing from the television ever fucking matters.
It's true, but okay, here's a counter argument, and let's see how you feel about it.
Sure.
I think maybe we just don't know how we are going to feel about the DC television stuff yet.
That's true.
Because we haven't seen them do one character in the movies that's also on the show. Like, once we see how they do Flash in the movies and have Flash in the TV show and how people react to that, that's when we'll know if it's better if they have them separate, I feel like.
Right.
But for right now, I like that the shows are connected in theory. For right now,
it's amazing.
The Netflix stuff is also another big question for me, because like right now they're cutesy about it and they hint at the universe, but nobody from the movies has appeared in those shows. Yeah. Like not even as much as they have in S.H.I.E.L.D., because S.H.I.E.L.D. has had Nick Fury, S.H.I.E.L.D. has had Maria Hill, S.H.I.E.L.D. has had the chick from Thor, Sif. They've had at least those three, and I think other characters too, like the president and some other senators or Von Strucker or some shit like that, has shown up in the show. They've not even had that level of inclusion in the Netflix thing. We've not seen anybody from the movies in that.
And the thing that I feel regarding that is that, does that mean that whatever happens in a Netflix series, for example, is it such a small scale that it doesn't even affect the greater universe?
I don't know how it could be, because they're talking about they're at least implying that there will be bigger shit in, like, say, Iron Fist. He's going to have like magic and shit if it's anything like the actual comics. We haven't seen that level of stakes yet in the Netflix stuff. Like, so far, you know, Daredevil really was like a street crime show, which is awesome. I think that's how they should do a Batman show, in my opinion. And Jessica Jones, they've got powers, but right now it's still kind of just a street crime thing. But like, the only thing is, they had to kill spoilers for Jessica Jones if you haven't seen it. Maybe skip just a little bit.
You should have already watched it.
Right. But when they get rid of, let's just say when they get rid of the villain, in that one, they had to do that. Otherwise, that character is so powerful.
He is incredibly powerful.
That he would have to show up in the bigger MCU movies, because someone would exploit that power. Someone would have to.
It's that goes back, for me personally, goes back to S.H.I.E.L.D. There's powers now in S.H.I.E.L.D. that I'm like, wait a second, that's incredibly powerful.
Also, can we talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. for a second?
Absolutely.
So the first episode of the new season just happened, or the first episode of the second half of the season.
Yes, that's right. The season
started.
Correct.
Mid-season premiere, and I just want to talk about one thing that happened in the very beginning of the episode.
Sure.
So Coulson is talking to the president, and the president is explaining why they can't tell anyone that S.H.I.E.L.D. exists still.
Yeah.
And the whole explanation, the entire time that he's talking to me, if you go back and listen to it, sounds like the show itself explaining to us why they're not going to put Coulson and S.H.I.E.L.D. in the movies.
Yep. It was almost like, this is for you guys, but mainly for those who are watching.
And Coulson even says, and I think it's the most poignant line in that whole conversation. It sums up the whole thing to the audience about their relationship to the movies and how the show feels about it. And he said, so Coulson, all this explanation from the president, and Coulson responds with, so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and you're just going to pretend we don't exist.
That was it right there.
I feel like that's their whole attitude towards the fucking show right now. So
I don't know if I like
the
it.
show could go do whatever they're going to do, have your fun adventures with all your characters and Hive and all that weird shit, and have your Inhumans for now, but, you know, your version is not going to be the real version of the Inhumans that... Your version is the Inhumans comic that we released later, minus all the Royal Family stuff. And our movie is the Royal Family stuff. So that's going to be super weird, I feel like, eventually. They're shunning them. They're like, ignore the little weird children.
Motherfucking itchy throat. It is so
Do you want
damn...
to get a drink or something?
I have been drinking, and it is so damn itchy randomly right now. For hours past, nothing. So right
because
now,
we were
though,
laughing too hard. At
I think, yeah, it
fucking
definitely
Porkins.
triggered something. Fucking Porkins. Why would you name your kid Porkins?
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucked up.
Royce, I don't believe you with that. That can't be his name.
I swear to you. Maybe I'm somehow not knowing, because my memory of the original trilogy is
Porkins.
pretty vague.
Porkins can't be a thing. How about if that was somebody's favorite character? I fucking love Porkins. I got his shirts, everything. I love it.
Dude, that's a real thing. People really do like that character.
No.
I think, a lot of people like him ironically.
It's unfortunate, man. But he could say it's like, hey, I was part of Star Wars. Go fuck yourselves.
Maybe.
Porkins, man. I'll name my kid Porkins. No! No one will ever say that.
You don't think so?
No! Oh, my favorite character from Star Wars was Porkins. I'm gonna name my kid after him. Divorced right there. But yeah, regarding the S.H.I.E.L.D., back to S.H.I.E.L.D., it is kind of unfortunate. Like, sure, they can have their adventures, but nothing that happens there affects the movies. Now, that's what, like, when we were speaking before, I think this might have been through Skype and stuff, I was like,
right.
Just something, like, whether it be a major event that happened in S.H.I.E.L.D., they could easily mention it in a film. They don't have to they don't have to show it, but they could show that, and I know you were saying before, like, it wouldn't be fair, in a sense, for the people just watching the movies. They would be like, oh, that happened off screen. But I'm like, in films, many things can happen off screen or before it or in between time. So
right.
It could just be one of those instances. But but for those who watch both, they could be like, oh, cool, there's the link back. That's all.
Right. It'd be nice if they would just... the main thing is, if they acknowledge that Coulson is alive, then
Do you think
so
they'll
much...
ever will?
I don't know, man. I really don't know at this point. And it sucks because I know for sure Whedon had the opinion that if you... And which is fucked up because, like, he was the showrunner or whatever.
Yeah,
or not the showrunner, but he was a big part of the show when it was first coming out.
Yeah, but he's
his
not
brother,
part of the actual thing anymore, man.
His brother and sister-in-law are the ones running the show.
I don't know, man. I think it's possible, again, like, for things to happen in the show to even be mentioned, at least.
Right, but I know
events,
his opinion was...
Not necessarily the cast, but events that take place in the show be mentioned.
Yeah, I think so too, but, I mean, I know that Joss Whedon personally said that he thought if they revealed that Coulson is alive, that it takes away from the whole plot of the first movie.
It does. I understand that reasoning behind it. It's just, it is unfortunate is all I'm saying, really.
I don't know that I agree necessarily. I think that it would give them such a moment to have with all those characters that would be powerful to see them react to their friend who they thought was long dead.
It's like, but how? It's like, well, this is what happened.
I just think that
I think storytelling-wise, they can easily write it.
Show up in Infinity or something.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude.
But I really feel like if they don't include some sort of Netflix character or something in Infinity, it's
I'm going to be so disappointed. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Iron Fist. We just mentioned on the last episode.
Yeah.
They said, I guess, confirmed now that he doesn't show up till the last episode of Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
I think we weren't sure about it when we talked the first time,
but that's dope.
That's what it sounds like. So yeah, let's get on to the big thing now. Oh wait, no, we didn't talk about Daredevil yet, technically.
Yeah. All right, the Daredevil poster reveals.
Yeah, so they got a poster reveal and a final, little trailer. I don't know if it's a final, but there's a last little trailer thing where you see their actual suits.
They look legit.
And I think they all look good. I think Elektra's is the most
different,
invented.
Yeah, it's different from. I understand why, because again, she wears a one piece with a bunch of red straps and thigh high boots type deals.
Yeah, but I feel like. Why didn't they just make her more of a Koinichi or whatever's the type ninja outfit?
They could
and then make it red.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
They already had the red ninja in the first season, and that was a legit looking hand ninja, like a full on.
He was the most legit because, I rewatched the second trailer, and the ninjas there aren't all red.
No, they look like her. They have black chunks with pieces of red on them.
And I'm like, but aren't they the same? Maybe they're not, though. Whatever.
They call them the Hand, though, in the trailer. Like Stick says, they're called the Hand. So they're the hand ninjas. But I don't know, man. Maybe they did it on purpose, but they look more like the fucking Foot Clan.
They do, which is weird. Whereas the ninja
like the
on
Foot
the
Clan,
first one,
just without the eye bulbs.
Right, exactly. The red hand ninja from the first one looked the most ninja of all ninjas.
Yeah, he looked like the comic book hand ninjas.
Maybe he was a higher up, though.
Maybe. I mean, but also, in that trailer, in the more recent trailer, there's a ninja they show with the kunai thing, or the katsu or gama or whatever, the big long chain thing with the sickle on it.
Mm-hmm.
They show a dude drop that chain and then turn around and take the ninja mask off, and they don't show his face.
I know. Who is it?
I think it's that dude he killed in the first season.
Thug.
That was the same weapon he used. Remember, he caught him in the ribs and was dragging him by it.
But
and why else would they not show us his face?
I don't know, man. But
I think it's that same dude. They somehow
I'm
brought
so
him back.
excited for Daredevil too.
Dude, it's gonna be sick, dude. I can't. So excited.
That is a week away.
Yep. Just 8 little days.
I'm not I've cleared those 2 days. I'm not doing a single thing those days.
I guess now 7.5 days.
I'm just gonna sit down and watch it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely bang through as many as I can, but
so we can review a bit of it and then go back.
I think we should do a half and half.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Otherwise, that's so insane to sit and watch 13 hours of television.
I would love to, but I can't. I work from home. I could just sick days.
Yeah, I think half and half is good. Hopefully, they don't fuck around and put some crazy cliffhanger at the end of episode 6, and I'm like, God.
How about if every episode is a cliffhanger type?
Dude, that it was. Don't you remember the first season?
Yeah, I know. That's why.
They have great endings on that show.
That's why I stayed up and watched every single one of them. Yeah.
Yep. You with that final page, that last page reveal, man.
So good. That's how you do
All right,
it, man.
so
But yeah,
that stuff looks great. The costumes look great. They're definitely adding more red to Daredevil. His whole mask is red now.
Daredevil looks fucking awesome.
Black from the first season.
He looks awesome.
Yeah, I think he looks dope. A lot of people are still hating on his shit, and I still think that they're. I mean, I guess that's the evolution of the costume by the end of the season, but I wonder if he'll still get that DD by the end, and they're just saving that. But if he doesn't, I'm still cool with it.
I'm still cool with it.
Think it would be interesting if he got it. You know, now he's got the nickname. People are calling him that. So, and he said that his costume, in an interview, he said his costume evolves over the season. So, it could just be that, or it could be more. We'll find out.
In a week.
In a week, yeah, in a week. I'm stuck. Oh, man, there's so much we haven't seen. 13 hours. 13 hours!
That's like multiple films, bro.
It's like 8 movies.
I love it. It's just, we're so spoiled.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We are so spoiled.
Okay, so let's get on to the main event here, man.
Yes.
The final Captain America. That's what they're calling it. The final Captain America Civil War trailer.
Before
I think there'll still
spots.
be TV spots and B-roll footage and all kinds of shit that is going to be super hard to avoid. But I'm hoping this is the only thing we see of Spider-Man.
I do too.
Until the movie comes out.
Do you know what would be funny? You know what would be hilarious?
What's
if in the film, it's essentially that scene and maybe like 2 minutes and that's it.
I think okay. So everybody is saying that there's this big 15-minute
he's gonna
battle.
Be in there.
I think that scene where he shows up is in that battle.
Yeah, I think so too because it still looks like the airport. Anyway, we're skipping too ahead. Let's talk about the actual, what we see in the trailer.
Well, in response to what you asked.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think that we'll see him show up in that fight, so we're at least gonna get 12 or so minutes of Spider-Man running around and actually fighting, and I think we'll see Peter a little bit more
amongst the other. Actually,
in little bits of something. I think they'll meet him earlier, and we'll see what his costume looked like before Tony pimped it out. But I think that's probably it. We'll just get a teaser of Spider-Man. He'll be. I think he really will work like Vision worked in Ultron. Mm-hmm. He'll be talked about a little bit. There'll be some stuff with his character, because technically Jarvis was Vision still just earlier on, so we'll see him before, and then him evolve into the Thing, and then him get his full look with his cape and everything. So, exciting stuff. Should be fun. But let's get on to the actual trailer itself. So, we saw Black Panther actually, doing some stuff. We saw Chap without his helmet on.
That's right. But we saw him leap over a vehicle in that sweet Black Panther pose.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. When he got up into the
that looks vicious.
Buffy vampire jump.
Yeah, I was like, but that was straight up Black Panther drawing.
Yeah, man, it looks sick. And then he's chasing Winter Soldier on a motorcycle,
and he just fucking
he pimp slaps a tire. Yeah. He pimp slaps the tire in half. And they both go tumbling down the street.
But then they show the scene where he's fighting
revenge, dude.
They show him fighting Winter Soldier on a building, and you see a helicopter shooting him, and he just turns around like it's nothing.
Yep, it's gonna be so gangster. Dude.
He's like, nah, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that character is really utilized in this movie. Yes. There's a lot of characters, man, in this piece, and it's gonna be a long movie, but. Dude, because think of how the action was in Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. That movie's still top of the line.
Oh, it's still one of the best Marvel, one of the best comic book movies.
It is the best one still to me.
Yes, yeah.
So, if the Russos are coming back and they're like, okay, they gave us all the toys this time.
Dude. But one thing I would like to. One of my bigger concerns regarding this film. That most people are bringing up is that it's there's so many characters, it's just like another Avengers movie and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I'm trusting the Russos that this is a Captain America film.
Oh, dude, come on. It's going to have the same tone that Winter Soldier did. Winter Soldier still had Black Widow and Crossbones and Falcon.
I'm trusting them.
It had a lot of stuff going on.
Like, because I know that's what a lot of complaints have been with these trailers. It's like, oh, it's just another Avengers movie, but not. And I'm like, it's called Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And the focus is gonna be on Cap. It has to be.
I think the trailers have shown what the focus is. The heart of the movie is Cap and Bucky.
Yes.
And his struggle to get Bucky right because he wants his friend back.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be the heart of it. Everything else is all the goodies on top of it. You know, the story is about these two, but you've got to stop thinking of it like Avengers because you got to start thinking of it like a comic book. Okay, so if you go read any Marvel comic book,
exactly.
almost never are they the only Marvel character in it.
Absolutely.
Especially a character as big as Captain America is.
It's not a Spider-Man movie,
right? So you know. In Spider-Man's books, he sees all kinds of characters going throughout. It's going to be the same deal.
I hope they do this.
They're gonna because you just look at Winter Soldier, man. All the evidence is there that it's gonna be the same kind of Russo Brothers thing. Like if you think of in Winter Soldier, the scene where Sam Jackson is trying to get away in the truck, that crazy chase or whatever, where all the guys are after him and Winter Soldier pops up, it's going to be that. The version of that for this movie is the Black Panther going after Bucky on the motorcycle and jumping over cars and shit. That's their chase. They're gonna have all the beats that we saw, like the opening battle is probably going to be when they fight Crossbones. That's their version of the boat fight or whatever.
Crossbones look cool in this trailer.
Fights Batroc the fucking Leaper was in Winter Soldier. Fuck you, too many characters. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. It's not a Batman film.
Right. Right.
And that's what people's main concerns are. It's gonna be a Spider-Man 3. And I'm like, you've seen Spider-Man 3. You saw Winter Soldier. Very, very different.
Yeah, and I think the way that those characters are utilized is what's going to make it feel very different. And I think there's going to be there's going to be a scene where they're out recruiting people. And I feel like that's going to kind of get you acquainted with a lot of the characters pretty quickly. They're like, and we got a fucking Spider Kid we're talking to. Then they'll show Spider-Man doing some shit in his homemade costume, flipping around, fucking some dudes up or whatever, and that'll kind of be it. You meet him outside the costume. He's like, you want to join? He's like, not really. Tony will fucking bribe him later with the fancy costume.
I wish they even make mention of, say, there's another vigilante in New York, but we couldn't track him down. Daredevil.
Yeah, anything. If they have a list of people they're recruiting and they say, oh, there's a blind lawyer here that's beating people up at night.
But they don't know he's a blind lawyer. Like, they don't know. Yeah, that'd be weird. So they know his identity. But it's like there's a vigilante in New York in Hell's Kitchen
Yep.
And I'm like, just a mention of that would so make everything.
But don't hold your breath.
I'm not at all. I'm very much into the belief that they'll never mention them, and so when they do, and if they do, I'll be like, yay, that's it.
But yeah, so after Black Panther, we see a bunch of different shots, some cool stuff not mentioned here in the list. But one of the things I think is Tony Stark. It's implied to me Tony Stark builds a prison.
Yeah, I was gonna write that down, and I'm like, whoa. Here's my thing regarding Tony Stark.
Yeah,
he's a bit of an idiot.
A little bit, but I think it's more a parallel to the actual first Civil War comic, because they had in the Civil War comic, instead of a giant prison in the middle of the ocean, which there is a giant prison in the middle of the ocean in the comic books as well, and it might have that name. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I know they had Carnage there, and he escaped from it. Which would be awesome if that's in the movie. But anyway, I think that's taking the place of the prison that Reed Richards makes in the comics.
Mm-hmm. Which is that one in another dimension, right?
Right. And they show Bucky at the beginning or whatever, those doors open and they have Winter Soldier in there. I think Cap
busts him out?
busts him out of that prison.
No. I wasn't saying.
I think Cap goes there to get him out of that prison, and that's when that fight happens.
Right. I can believe that part. I'm not saying that Stark is an idiot because of that. And I'm like, okay, he wants to protect the planet right now and all that stuff.
Right.
People forgetting what happened in Avengers 2. He was kind of the creator of Ultron, the co-creator of Ultron.
Right, and this is all him trying to make it right.
It is,
I think that's directly tied to it. This is all him trying to make that right.
But it seems like it's just his decisions upon his decisions are just crazy. They're so.
But
extreme.
why? What's crazy about that particular decision?
I don't know. It's just it seems way more extreme.
I think he's kind of right though.
The prison, the prison in the sea.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you supposed to do with the abomination?
Oh yeah. No, I'm not opposing the prison in the sea. I was just talking about the whole because it's not about the registration anymore, is it?
I don't think so. No.
So what is the actual the whole point of the Civil War is the war between I think Cap versus...
what's going on is that Thunderbolt Ross now has the ability to
imprison... He's back, by the way.
Say what?
So glad he's back, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Super glad that they're including the Hulk movie a little bit more.
Although what you said earlier would be sweet also.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't know
Connelly?
Paul Bettany is
married
to Jennifer Connelly. He's got to be like, hey man, she was Betty Ross before.
Why don't we get her back as Betty Ross? And like,
I know she was Betty Ross in a not Marvel movie.
Doesn't matter, but she was a dope Betty Ross.
Even if they don't get her, even if they got Liv Tyler back, they should have Betty Ross in this universe.
It's annoying. It's annoying me so badly.
Yeah, but I did hear that there was supposed to be some more building with the Hulk. So if Thunderbolt is in it and they're doing more with the Hulk kind of behind the scenes, not necessarily the Hulk, but, Bruce Banner behind the scenes, I think that, it'd be cool if they brought her back for a future.
It'd be amazing, but also, like, kind of left field and, like, what? I can't believe they did this. Thunderbolt becomes his fucking Red Hulk.
I wouldn't put it past them. Maybe not necessarily in this movie.
No, but they hint it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I would put it past them to do it for something like Infinity War when they're trying to build a bad guy team.
Goodness, that would be just mind-boggling.
Because come on, dude, how does Thanos not have a bad guy team of Avengers? They've got to have it anyway. So that would be wicked. But if that prison fight happens, that would be awesome. I think it's mostly about Thunderbolt having the power to be like, these people are now terrorists. Lock them up in your sea prison.
Yeah.
And I think that Cap is like, you can't just lock people up whenever the government tells you to lock people up just because they have abilities or whatever. They've got to actually have done something. Bucky didn't do any of this stuff. He was under mind control. And I think that he's set up or something by Crossbones.
I think so too. Like, that's what I'm kind of gathering from all the things that we're getting. Like, Crossbones is like, nah, we're going to pretend that he's the one that's doing it.
Right, and I have a feeling that the Crossbones thing is like that first fight, that first thing we'll see him do, the first action scene in the movie.
With the explosion. Because it seems like it's going like an explosion to a building, and that's where it affects Black Panther and all that type of stuff.
They said it's like a UN building or something gets blown up or something. I don't know if that's supposed to take place in Wakanda or not. I also saw a bunch of people saying that there was like Polizzi or something outfits, like it's supposed to be in Germany, which I guess would make sense. And look, they still, if that's the final trailer, still not a single clue that Baron Zemo is in this movie.
I know, I was going to bring that up as well, because I'm like Crossbones, he was briefly in this trailer. They have not mentioned, because his name is on, that Daniel Bruhl guy?
Yeah.
His name is on the fucking poster, dude.
Right.
His name is the last name on that poster, and I'm like, he's not even on. Like, I've seen some posters on Twitter and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey, that name on the very end, that's him. he's not even shown at all.
I think they're trying to prevent the doomsday effect.
Good. I like this. Because the focus is still, it's going to be Cap versus Iron Man. Which side are you on?
Exactly. They're still saying that's what this movie is, so that they can pull that out of left field and be like, look, there's a fucking villain.
But that way, people are like, oh shit, I didn't realize there was more conflict above this conflict. Whereas it's like Batman v Superman, where the title actually says, we're fucking fighting.
Because, come on, how dope would it be if that huge 15-minute fight that they keep showing us at the airplane hangar is not the third act fight?
Oh,
what if that's just in the middle of the fucking movie?
I don't think that's the final act.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And if it is, I think something's gonna fucking stop it.
Because how crazy is that fight going to be? We know now that there's Spider-Man in it.
Yep.
And everybody and their grandma knows best kept secret, or sarcastically, that Giant Man is going to be in it. Come the fuck on! This fight is going to be Jeff.
I know.
Come on.
This is multiple double-page splashes.
Come the fuck on. And speaking of which, okay, let's get into the fight stuff we saw.
Yeah,
so we saw Scarlet Witch fighting the Vision.
Dude, that looked fucking intense. She was like crushing him down, and he was just like on his knees and shit.
And Vision is supposed to be like
legit, like God
Cyber
strong.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's digital Jesus.
Yeah, so but their powers come from the same thing.
Right.
So maybe that's why she has a specific ability over him.
She
I don't
can
know.
affect him in that way. Dude, that Ant-Man, when he was shot.
And the Ant-Man shot on the arrow, that's straight up like
on Iron Man.
Old school comics.
But
that's straight up.
If he can get small enough to get into Iron Man suit and be like, you're down.
Well, we saw him do that to Falcon.
Exactly.
But I think because they knew that happened to Falcon.
Oh, they're going to know at this point. Yeah, they're going to have...
Yeah, Tony might have some sort of defense against that.
Dude, Ant-Man went subatomic.
Right.
What defense can you have to that?
But him going subatomic definitely wasn't like a easily handled experience. I don't think he does that on the regular.
Of course not. But from there, he discovered that you can obviously get really large, and obviously that's probably where the whole Giant Man thing comes in. But like that, how do you? I don't know if Tony Stark was aware that he could fucking go subatomic.
My only problem with the Giant Man thing, is in the first movie they explained it that when he gets small, he can still punch hella hard and have like super strength because of his density.
But if he's a giant, but he still fights like a human.
Right,
his
like
punches
when he's
are like
giant,
he's all strength.
He should be like hecka weak.
Unless, of course, it works differently.
Or like he should bounce all over the place like a balloon.
Oh, that would be terrifying. Something his size that's like leaping.
No, but it would be slow like a balloon. He'd be like just filled with air or whatever.
It's all about the positives of the ability, not the negatives.
Yeah, it's that comic book science.
It is. Oh, dude, there's so many comments right now on some of the posts about the sciences and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, it's gonna be awesome.
Legit.
Them fighting fucking Giant Man, dude. What is that even gonna be?
Spidey's gonna fight Giant Man.
Look, imagine. Okay, so we've seen that they have that kind of splash page, I guess, if you want to call it, image of all the characters like jumping up and flying at each other,
which was sick.
Do you think that they're going to just add more people to that scene? So by the time we're actually watching it, there's like hella more people on each side, but they just are keeping them out because it's all composites?
You know what? If that's the case, witness.
Come on, how dope would it be if Spider-Man was in that scene, like flipping around and shit?
And
also,
there's so many more that they could put in this that we don't know of.
Yeah, and that massive shot, though, man, I think it would be cool if not only do they add more characters, but there's just more shit happening in the background.
Oh, yeah, in the background. Because it seemed very like, the background, it's like it's a photograph. Right,
because, okay, so specifically on that big shot, the one that they keep calling the splash page, that scene, they said that all of that section of the movie was filmed with IMAX cameras.
I'm so gonna watch this. I want to watch this on IMAX so badly.
Oh, this is going to be my. I'm going back to 3D IMAX for this movie.
I'll probably watch this multiple times because.
Oh, come on. Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe. I'm going to die. Okay, so we got to the running scene. Let's get to the main event here, man. At the end of this trailer, when after they've shown all the jumping at each other and all the crazy shit and drama, they have a little kind of after-credit scene for the trailer where Iron Man goes...
Even their trailers now, bro. The trailers have post-credits.
Exactly.
That
So
is
even
nuts.
afterwards, Iron Man comes out and he was like, all right, I'm impatient. And then he yells, Underoos.
Yeah.
And fucking Cap's shield gets whipped.
And taken.
Pulled out. His shield is pulled out of the frame. And then you see Spider-Man flipping over him and landing on a truck holding the shield.
Yep.
And they reveal Spidey's costume for the movie and animated fucking eyeballs.
Yep.
All right.
And he says, hey, everyone.
Yeah, he has just the "Hey everyone" line. I feel like they just added that. He probably doesn't say specifically that in the movie. His mouth didn't move or anything.
No. It's probably just like. And I think I was reading a comment where it's like it's almost as if he was saying, "Hey, not just to the Avengers,
right,
but to
the audience." But if that scene, dude, where he flips over Cap is so quick that you have to basically like freeze frame it. To see it, but they actually show his costume in motion.
Oh, and there's also like HD images of that now.
Right, and so that those black wristband things are definitely web shooters. Like people weren't sure if that was just a line on the costume or if they are actually functional. If in that scene where he's flipping over Cap, you can see the other side of his wrist, and it's actually like a black web shooter that goes down onto his hand when he's doing the move, and it looks like
also has.
It goes down his forearm as well, which is kind of bizarre. And yeah, his belt looks like it has extra cartridges on it, which is fucking rad. The spider emblem is like the tiny old school spider emblem, which is something they've never done for the suit. And his back has like the old school spider emblem on it, which is wicked. Yeah, big thick one.
Yep. And his eyes.
Okay, so the spider symbol is kind of weird too because it's kind of hexagonal.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of like
feels like an arc reactor, but just with spider legs.
Kind of. It was weird because like it almost reminded me of the back spider logo.
Right.
It kind of reminded me more of that, but on the chest and small.
Kind of. It's definitely the old school fat spider style.
It's just I guess it's just because it's the fat Spidey.
He's got the old like first Marvel era eyeballs,
but they can they're expressive.
I don't know if they're even expressive to me.
I don't think it's expressive.
They get small because
I don't think it's expressive. I think it's more
when you
focused.
look at them. Yeah, when you look at them, they don't like move like Deadpool's eyes just kind of move.
Yeah.
These ones have like segmented.
Yeah, it's actually
like
actual lenses,
like layers.
Yeah, and I dig it.
I think it's interesting if this is his version of the Iron Spidey costume. Like their interpretation of him getting the Tony outfit as the Iron Spider, basically, it's going to be a technology-based outfit. I think that is interesting, but I am curious if that is going to be the final look for him.
That's right.
Right now, though, his outfit... Okay, so I think on sections of the outfit...
It looks great.
In particular, his pants area, he's got, like, wrinkles in the fabric, and it looks like a suit. But I think in the arms, in particular... There is zero seams or wrinkles or anything, and it makes him look like a CG character.
Right. They forgot the wrinkles there.
I don't know if they forgot. Like, if the top part of it is like more rubber, maybe it doesn't really have it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the seamless thing was what they were after. It looks like if you look at it, it looks like. Almost like the Alex Ross version of how he drew Spider-Man, but just with, like, Avengers seams on everything. Which, I'm generally fine with. I think the colors look fine. everybody's like, "Oh, fucking looks fucking radical." I'm not losing my shit over it right now.
I like the head.
I like the head. I like the head.
I like the head. I know this is going to be your biggest thing because Amazing Spider-Man 2 outfit, that was Spider-Man.
Come like how? Okay,
that was Spider-Man. Mind you, right? Again, saying that this new Spider-Man suit, I love the fact that the head, in particular, the head, including the eyes and everything, is the 70s Spidey, and I love that because I haven't seen the films haven't really done that yet. Like I know people might say the first trilogy that was close, and I'm like, no, this one shits on that.
Dude, the first trilogy outfit I always hated.
This one shits on that, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 outfit, as in, from the neck down, even the eyes on that one the whole suit was fantastic.
I was just hoping that this new one would have the big eyeballs.
It can get pretty big though.
No, it can't.
It doesn't, it's obviously not going to get bigger than it actually is, bigger than the
No,
the
I think
black
it can,
outline.
because if you look when he first shows up.
I'm looking at it now.
When he first shows up,
It's the 70s, and I like it. It's not going to be
they're
massive
at the
like the
large,
Amazing Spider-Man, though.
But I think when they first show up and they're at the large size, before he squints them, if you look closely, he still has layers there.
Yeah.
I think they can get larger than that in order for him to express oh shit or something, and his eyeballs get even larger. I think that they can. But they're not going to change shape necessarily. They just get smaller or larger. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll have to see how they work in the context of the film when he's actually talking to people and emoting. Or if it's just something where they squint when he's ninja mode, where he's gonna go fuck some stuff up. I just don't know yet, because they don't move necessarily like expressive eyeballs.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's not Deadpool. Deadpool was actually supposed to be that's not technology based. That's not magic or whatever. That's just his eyes.
Right, and I think people are jumping too quick to be like, oh yeah, they're doing it because Deadpool did it.
Nah, yeah, people are like,
that the eyeballs moving has been a plan for a minute.
Absolutely.
Before Deadpool even came out.
Yeah.
Maybe they saw that old test footage and were like, maybe we can fuck around with that. But I mean, as far as that movie coming out and influencing, I think they already had this in the.
And also, the suit, the Spider-Man suit with the eyes moving, being able to get larger and smaller, that can clearly be explained by tech base, as opposed to the Deadpool one, which you can't explain that.
Right,
and you don't have to explain that. But that's the thing, you don't have to necessarily explain it, but that one you can't actually explain, whereas the Spider-Man one can be explained, but you don't have to, it's not necessary.
But they definitely were right, a lot of the early rumors, when they were talking about the fact that he would have, lens eyeballs.
That was spot on, and that looks... I like it, man.
Now, again, though, because of those early pictures where they show, the ones that looked almost like goggle lenses, I think that's part of his mock-up costume.
Probably. The first suit that he has.
Yeah, I think that's his costume before he's this.
Everyone's saying, and most comments are saying, oh, cool, Tony makes his new costume. And I'm like, I don't know if he makes it. He might assist in it. But...
I think it's a bribe.
It probably is. But, with that even... Peter's not dumb. He's smart, and he obviously can only make something with whatever's available to him. If you say if you brought him to Stark Laboratories and go, yeah, do whatever. He can, for all you know, he could have made his entire suit because he has access to everything now.
He definitely could. I don't know how much he's going to be in the movie, and I think that it will be faster for them just to be like, hey, kid, and if you sign, I've got some incentive for you or whatever. And then he gets
you can
this
make your own suit, or I can.
Yeah, and I think he'll probably he'll probably introduce the kid to the thing, and we won't see what the costume looks like, and then we'll get this reveal later on, which is why a little bit why I kind of wish the reveal of the outfit would have been his shitty outfit.
Yeah, I did too, because that way you got to see Spider-Man just that.
Right, but I'm sure to some degree it has to be this because, again, this is what we were talking about this the other day because we were having a conversation off mic about that whether or not Spider-Man would even show in the trailer at all. Mm-hmm. And I was saying I think that they're going to show him for like 2 seconds and probably show his eyes. Yeah. It ended up being both.
Yeah, it ended up being both. It ended up being both. I was saying the eyes, you were saying him for a bit, but like
you said they weren't going to show him at all.
I honestly, because even before, like when it ended with the title Civil War,
right?
That's a fucking sweet trailer as is.
Definitely. They
didn't even need to show the Spider-Man. I understand why they did. Absolutely, I understand why they did, but wasn't necessary.
I think that it was necessary. I think that it was extremely necessary, not just to get more people, but again, we are the minority.
I know, but it wasn't necessary for me.
Most people had no idea Spider-Man was even going to be in this movie. I get it. But I think that it's incredibly necessary for the average person who had no idea he was even in this movie. And they had no idea. Like, right now, especially, they're like, oh, Batman versus Superman. This was just Iron Man versus Captain America. What's special about that? Then they watch this trailer and Spider-Man shows up at the end out of nowhere. Most people are going to be like, what the fuck?
It's like, since when?
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, why couldn't they do this sooner?
Right. And, and again, they showed Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. Right now, there can still be some confusion. Is this the Spider-Man from those movies?
Yeah, exactly.
I just, the costume itself is very Avengers streamlined looking. Also, that hoodie that came out, bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
The spider wasn't even the same spider.
Nope.
It didn't have all the
black
random
straps,
webbings. That ended up being bullshit. It could end up looking a little bit more like what he makes for himself. We still don't really know what that outfit looks like.
We have no idea what his actual homemade outfit is. I would still love to see a Scarlet Spider, doubt it, but love to see it.
I think it wouldn't make sense with this universe because it has to be an evolution of his earlier.
Absolutely. I understand it, but I'm like, that would have still made me like, oh shit.
But I think that they should still reference it somehow in the Spider-Man movies to come. But we got to hear he said, hey guys, or whatever is his only line.
Yep.
And he sounds like a younger dude. That's fine. I kind of wish that it would have been whatever he actually says at that point. I just can't imagine that's what he says when he shows up in the fight.
That can't be. Like, that was made for trailer.
Yeah, that was to the audience. Hey guys, to the audience. He looks dope with the shield though. I mean, I don't know how to feel about this. The suit really does look painted on. It looks like it's on his skin. That's a skin.
How about if it is tech based?
It is tech based. I like that they didn't put muscles all over it though. It looks like human form. It doesn't look
I'm
like
so glad it does. Like, I know it, like everyone's like, oh, he's entirely CG, and I'm like, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but look at everything on there is a CG character. Fucking Iron Man's not really wearing that suit.
No, and you can tell as well because did you see when he actually put his arms to his mouth? He looked like he was struggling, dude.
Yeah, and when he goes up to Rhodey and he looks like Green Lantern level, where his head's just kind of floating.
It was like General Zod, but they did a decent job with those.
Yeah, man. I want to see so much more of this Spider-Man shit, but I know I have to wait.
You got a month.
But the costume is just so bizarre to me, and I want to see more of it. it's just so bizarre to me.
What was your first reaction when you saw it?
My first reaction was, oh no, his eyes aren't the big eyes. And then I was like, whoa, those things on his shoulder, the strap things on his shoulders are really wide.
Yeah, they're very large.
And then I was like, fuck, his spider is really small. And then I was like,
it was like a fucking downhill spiral for you, wasn't it?
But it wasn't even necessarily downhill, just nothing I was looking at was blowing my mind.
It wasn't like when you first saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 when you're like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yeah, well, that wasn't my initial reaction to that costume either.
Really?
That costume had to grow on me. My initial reaction to that costume was, the eyes are perfect, why does it look so much like the Raimi suit?
Right. I think I love the actual lines, the webbing on this suit.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I like how it's not sticking out.
It legitimately looks like a basketball to me.
This one?
Yeah, the texture of it is like basketball texture.
It is.
And then
got those dots and shit.
He doesn't have like just lines down his face. It's like each of the sections of webbing is a separate piece. So each of the main lines going down his face is actually two lines because it's just like a bunch of Spider-Man fingers wrapped around his head. And I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. The two lines thing goes all the way down his body. He's got those weird black graphic design pieces that they just decided to add to the inner rib section. That part looks strange to me. I like that he's got the web fluid things though. I think that's rad. That's like the games and shit look like that.
Do you reckon, right? I'm looking at the spider's eyes.
Yeah.
Is that similar to Black Panther's?
I don't think so. I mean, it does remind me of Black Panther's suit just because it has the little segment pieces on it, but I don't think that
do you think Black Panther can do that? Or no?
I don't think so. Because it doesn't look like it to me, but maybe on a much smaller scale.
I also, I like this suit because it reminds me so much of the Sentai Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
The black lines, the webbing, the size of the eyes, the shape. Just
those are all good things. It's just
I dig it. But yeah, I'm looking at a still, and it looks like it's painted on him.
It really does, especially his arm. It looks like
the shoulders, dude. The top
arm,
shoulder with the actual the collarbone area.
Yep.
There is not a single wrinkle. I like the wrinkles on his where he's actually his leg area.
Yeah, where his hip beats his leg.
That looks great. But then all of a sudden, once you go up and up, not even around the neck, nothing.
And if they made a real suit that can do that shit, that's pretty impressive.
That's true. That's the thing as well. I don't know if that's the case where when he takes his mask off because that's going to happen, and
right.
he's just rocking the suit. If the suit actually creates wrinkle, or if they have to touch it up in post so it matches the CG.
Right, and who knows if this was, everybody's saying, it looks unfinished, they just had to rush it out for the thing. I don't know if that's the case or not.
I don't think so.
And to me, that it implies that it looks bad. I don't think that it looks bad.
I think it looks great. I think the
costume looks great. It's just not what I was expecting,
it's not
what I was hoping for necessarily.
What were you hoping
But I think
for?
I wanted the big fucking eyeballs because I feel like everybody mutually agreed if Amazing Spider-Man 2 got anything fucking right, it was that the eyes were big and they looked fucking great.
The Sony movie could still do that.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is the final look or if this is his Team Iron Man look. By the time he goes solo, maybe he'll be like, I wanted to make some tweaks to it. Because in the Civil War comics, while he uses the Iron Spider thing for a while, because it's awesome, he goes back to his normal look. He wants to put his own stamp on it.
So he tweaks it up.
Yeah, and so by his own solo movie, maybe his outfit won't necessarily look like this. Everyone else's outfit changes literally
all the time. They haven't even
different.
fully shown Cap's new one, and I've seen a promotional image of it because internet, and it has it has the scales going.
Does it have scales on it?
On the chest area. They haven't shown it in this in any of the trailers yet, but I saw actual like, I guess it was promo art or some shit, where he has the scales around the chest, and I was like, that looks legit. It looks sick. It looks sick.
I saw one where he had like a pattern, like a high, like honeycomb type pattern.
Might have been it, but
in the suit. But if he has one where he has the actual like chainmail, that's awesome.
It's not like, it's not like the chainmail that they draw in the books where it looks like fucking feathers and shit. But it looked like it captured that pattern and feel.
Right.
And I was like, that looks sick.
Because that shot, dude, where they're all running at each other, when they first show each side by it separately, it looks awesome because they're all next to each other and everything. Mm-hmm. But in the big shot where they're all jumping into the air, it looks a bit empty.
Very. That's why you're hoping that they fill it, right?
I hope that there's just a little bit more going on when we see that shot. Because as dope as it is to see them all jumping across from each other, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on one side and 6 people on the other side.
There's a lot of empty space. But for all we know, the empty space is only going to be there when they're about to attack. But as soon as they hit each other and actually fight, there's going to be a whole lot going on.
Yeah, and there's just, it's so convenient that there's no cars around this area. Like, it's just a very empty space that they're running in. So I hope that there's more shit happening once this fight gets going. They need to start throwing each other all across this building.
Oh, it's going to be rad.
I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited for this. Also, I was looking at that shot that they showed in the trailer where it looks like Bucky sniping Rhodey out of the air.
I think that wasn't the same shot.
I don't think so either, because that shot they showed, if that's Bucky, I don't know what the fuck kind of gun he was using.
That's mainly
because if you freeze frame on the arc reactor getting blasted out, it's like a huge beam.
That's exactly it. That's what I'm like. Whoever edited this actual trailer, they know how to edit the trailer to pick scenes where it looks like when Cap was talking to Tony Stark, his helmet was down, and then when he hits him, the scene where it shows him falling to the ground, his helmet was fully on. And I was like, well, okay, when did that happen? So as I hit you in the face, I'm going to quickly put my helmet on fully. Nah, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if partway through this fight, Vision swap sides.
I'm thinking there might be a handful of flip-flops, man.
Because if you look at that beam...
but like they go to one
the
side.
thing that shoots Rhodey's chest thing out...
You think it's Vision?
To me, it looks closest to Vision's fucking forehead beam.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say
and I can't think of who on the other side would even be able to do a blast like that.
No one... Like, what gun does that?
Right, and unless he got some crazy, like, the gun from the first Avengers movie or something.
Maybe. But, again, that shot where Bucky does that sniper rifle, I'm like, that sniper rifle does not shoot, like, plasma blast like that.
I would imagine it doesn't anyway.
And he, like, that obviously wasn't one of the Scarlet Witch, fucking whatever she does. It's only red.
That fucking shot, though, of Black Panther jumping over the car, man.
When I saw it, I was like, fucking sick. He's Black Panther.
Yeah.
I remember people were
really
complaining about the size of his head.
The size of it?
Yeah, they were like, his head looks a little too big for his body. And I'm like, well, it's a helmet.
Right, it's a helmet over a dude's head.
Yeah.
It's got to be bigger than his head itself.
Technically,
it's not a skin mask like Spider-Man is.
It's not, and it's not where Iron Man's head actually looks tiny.
Right.
His suit, or sometimes his suit looks super slim,
super big. But they switch the scale all the time.
All the time.
When he's really wearing a thing, it's like hella massive.
I mean, again, that scene where he yells Underoos, he could barely get his arms up. That's why I was like, I giggled a little bit. I was like, he looked like he was wearing the suit, and I'm like, that's how he moves when he's actually wearing a suit. But obviously,
also,
when he's in,
you said
CG suit.
when War Machine gets shot, he has his helmet off.
not War Machine gets shot. When Cap was speaking to Stark, and Stark turns around, he's got it shows the bruise on his eye and stuff like that. He doesn't have part of his helmet on, but then when he hits him, when he strikes him, and then Cap lands, I think it's a different scene personally because when he lands and you see Iron Man in that shot, he's got his full helmet on.
Right.
I was like, nah, that's not the same scene.
Unless the helmet can like shoot onto his head real fast now.
Wow, fucking cool. If it can, I guess that's cool. But I was like, he didn't even have the neck piece going on in the other shot. Like,
there's also,
I don't know.
Quickly, there's a shot of Cap in his full getup.
Mm-hmm.
What looks like standing in like a shitty house.
Yeah, what is that?
I think that's Peter's house. Because I heard earlier that
are we gonna see
one of the
Aunt
sets. May? I think so because I heard earlier that one of the sets was Peter's apartment or Peter's house or whatever was one of the closed sets they had. And because they were like auctioning off, or somebody was trying to buy the couch or something from his thing, or some shit like that. I don't remember what the story was. It was like a year ago, but yeah, supposedly his apartment or house or whatever with Aunt May makes an appearance in the movie.
That's legit, dude.
Because he's supposed to have some kind of scene as Peter with both Stark and with Cap. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine how else that apartment house thing fits in.
Mm-hmm.
It is curious that he's in full gear when it happens, but...
Anyway, though, I'm pumped.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about, though, when he pimp slaps Cap and his helmet is immediately on.
Yeah, I was like, nah, that's a different shot.
And that shot where he pimp slaps him and his helmet is immediately on... Winter Soldier is in that fight as well. He's standing right behind Iron Man in that shot where his helmet's on. And I thought the dude in the tank next to them was Winter Soldier. Who the fuck is that?
No idea, dude.
There's another dude that they're fighting in front of in that tank.
No idea. Maybe that was Zemo and we don't even fucking know. Because we don't even know what Zemo's going to look like.
We don't.
I know who the actor is. He's a great actor. I don't even know if we're going to see the actual actor's face or whether it's just going to be the Zemo mask. If he's going to be the Zemo mask, we don't fucking know a single thing about Zemo.
I'm just very curious who else is going to be in this prison.
Who they plan on putting in the prison and whatnot.
They should show fucking Blonsky in that prison.
Like, if not as Blonsky, just even show Abomination.
I think it'd be cool if they have Tim Roth.
That would be wicked. That would be like a freaking sweet Easter egg type deal.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if you got Thunderbolt back, why not Blonsky, right?
Yeah, man. Fully include that Hulk movie in the universe.
Apart from himself, apart from Norton.
Yeah, well, obviously. That would be fucking weird if Norton showed up.
He's in prison.
Alright. There's two Hulks, what the fuck?
No, he's now Blonsky.
That would be crazy. That would be a crazy move.
Yeah,
man, I am fucking so pumped for this movie. I don't even know how... I don't know how Batman Superman competes.
I know. That's why I was like... Because when the trailer popped up, I messaged Leonard. And I was like, holy shit, did you see it? And he was like, that was a trailer, dude. That was a trailer. And he's like, man, BVS, like... I know the hype is there because it's so soon. Batman vs. Superman is in a fortnight. But this trailer made me forget that Batman vs. Superman is going to come out.
Yep.
And that's not good. That's not good for Batman vs. Superman.
It's not, but... Oh, fuck, man, it's so tight. It's so tight that Spider-Man is in this. Honestly, as much as like parts of the suit, niggle me or whatever.
Yep. You're still hyped.
He could have showed up in a fucking clown outfit, and I would have been like, "Yay!"
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I'm like, Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, Royce is definitely gonna have issues with this. But because he is a fan of Spidey, the fact that Spidey's in this, that's really all that's gonna matter.
It's not like it showed up and it's the worst Spider-Man costume, or I even dislike it. I like it better. Okay, let's put it this way. I like it better than the Raimi Spider-Man outfit.
Yes, yeah.
But if this had been the first Spider-Man costume we got in a movie ever, I would have felt like it was too different.
Yes, but because we've had multiples before this.
Exactly. But because we've had a few before, and because this is seeming like it's supposed to be their version of the Iron Spidey outfit, I am okay with it having some artistic license. It looks very techy, you know?
I also feel that it has to be... It's Marvel doing their... they have to differentiate it from the Spider-Mans that have already happened.
Definitely, it has to look different. They couldn't have just used the Amazing suit.
I know people like, the Amazing one would have been good. I'm like, yes, but then people would be like, but that actor is that. Why is he a kid all of a sudden? And how come the stories are all different?
They definitely needed to change the suit. Yeah. And they needed it to fit in the Avengers world, and I feel like it's got the
this
Avengers
one absolutely
kind of
does.
Seams,
yeah.
Like,
it's got
like
all the shoulder strapped up dealies, the black shoulder strap, the wrist guards, and I'm like the part around the boot,
right?
And I was like, those are all Avenger. Like, this is designed for an Avenger.
Yeah, all the, like, even in just the blue parts of the pants, he's still got random little
yeah, absolutely. And
it feels like, even if you look at how they did Hulk's pants, it had like weird little shit.
Exactly,
like
I was gonna say, it's like a Hulk pant.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, like in Avengers 2, Cap says, you know, I'm not the leader, but I make them look cool and I give them all the toys and all that shit.
That's exactly what he did with Spidey.
That's what he did, yeah. He made Spider-Man's costume to reflect his version of what the Avengers look like. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But, and then when he goes to his own film, he's like, "Nah, I'm not part of this. So I'm gonna."
But who knows? We don't know if he's not part of it. We don't know.
He's going to be in Infinity War. He has to be.
He has to be. He has to be. But
he has to be. No, Royce. He has to be.
I don't know.
You can't fucking show him in Civil War, and if he's part of this cinematic universe, if Infinity War is a whole cinematic thing, they have to bring every fucking body.
Well, I want that to be the case. I really want that to be the case. But right now, I'm not saying anybody is a definite.
No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not saying like everyone has to be in here. Otherwise, I will. You know, this is garbage. It would only make the most sense because if this is a global thing, like it literally is a global thing. It has to affect everything.
Right.
You've got like a fucking alien god essentially coming down. It's like, no, I'm gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
How can it not affect anything? You know, I don't get that. I don't know,
but if you think about it that way, then there's just too many. Like, why wouldn't all the Inhumans show up and try to defend the Earth?
But do you remember when they started talking about the Infinity Wars? How many characters are going to actually rock up in that?
67.
I think they can still do it.
It's a lot. I mean, I can't even think. I don't know if I can even think of 67 heroes that have shown up in the Marvel universe.
That's why fucking Netflix dudes can rock up in this shit for all we know. Some of the bloody Shield guys. I don't know.
Even if they just cut to different parts of the planet, all fighting their own fights.
That's what I mean. Like they're fighting their own battles, but a fucking quick 20-second, 5-second, 10-second flash showing, oh shit, these guys are handling business there too. Automatically, that registers that they're part of this. That's all. What if they
eventually do like a Secret Wars, man? This is gonna be so fucking bananas going forward. Like, people don't understand how serious this is that Spider-Man is in this shit.
Dude, Secret Wars would be mind-boggling.
Like, this is the first of these movies that we've seen now crossover with another company's hero.
Yeah. Oh, Fox is so missing out on this. They
Who
must
knows,
be like,
man, in the future.
Yeah,
Let's see what numbers this movie does.
True,
and then
true.
if it does crazy numbers, don't be surprised if they're like, the new version of the X-Men is now kind of part of the Marvel Universe.
Also, unrelated, they showed a new poster of, they showed the villains poster for X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Today, earlier today, I saw the ones for the
Heroes
heroes.
side.
And, front and center was Mystique and Automatic. I was like, nah. No, fuck. Front and center, I was just like, nah.
She's Katniss, man. She's
Mystique has never fucking been the essential leader of the X-Men. No, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has been at some point.
If she has, never read it, don't give a fuck. Not vital enough to be the leader. You know who's been the leader for a lot of the times? Cyclops. Has he ever led the team in the films? Nah.
The first movie.
Oh, barely. He was barely there.
In the first movie, he was the leader of the X-Men.
That was a Wolverine movie as well.
It was definitely the origin of Wolverine, but in the first movie, they let him be the leader. He called the shots.
He called the shots, whatever that is.
For the team.
I don't
he
like
called
how
the
they
shots.
handled that shit.
But I feel like they definitely switched it for Wolverine being the leader
super
with
quickly.
Each consecutive movie. By the third one, he is definitely the leader of the
X-Men. He is so not important in the third one that they killed him. He's so not important in that third film that they killed him.
Yeah, quickly too.
Whatever.
He just kind of bitched and moaned, walked off the woods, got destroyed. It was kind of amazing.
Yeah, but I saw the poster on Twitter. I was like, no, she shouldn't be there. She didn't have the blue skin either. She just looked like her, wearing a fucking
right. Exactly.
X-Men suit.
It's not about Mystique. It's about Jennifer Lawrence.
Garbage. Fucking thumbs all the way down right now.
I give that bitch 4 thumbs down.
All the fucking thumbs. Every thumb possible. Every thumb in this.
Let's not end on that note. Come on, man.
Spidey looked dope. That trailer was sick. Batman vs Superman. Seriously, when this trailer dropped today, a couple hours ago, I had it on loop for maybe half an hour.
Yeah, I've been watching it
terribly. It's terrible.
On silent over and over again.
I did forget that Batman v Superman, because I was like, oh shit, next week Daredevil, hype for that. I forgot that I got tickets for 2 fucking screenings on the same day already, guys.
For Batman?
Yeah, because 2 different mates wanted to watch it. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I got a midnight showing, and I got one later in the afternoon.
Yeah,
but
well, you know.
I'm like, I forgot that was a thing, and I was like, I already paid for those tickets, and I didn't even fucking... I was like, when's Cap? When's it next month already?
Yeah. I want to fast forward to Civil War. If I could fast forward, like the movie lineup?
Not just comic book movies, well, like just movies that we're looking forward to and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know. Doctor Strange is November, I think.
Turtles is out August, correct? Was it August? Or June?
Yeah, Turtles is out August.
June.
Is it June?
Yeah. When's X-Men out? You know what? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares, man? I'm just gonna keep watching the Civil War trailer till the movie's out.
Fuck this, yeah. It's just loop constantly.
Yep.
It's like, Royce, turn your computer off. No, this has to be looped.
Yep.
I have to loop this.
This Spider-Man image is my wallpaper now.
It's a pretty... I like it. Are you going to draw the suit? Actually, what are we going to draw for the cover? What are you drawing for the cover for this?
The suit?
Just, we draw Spider-Man each?
It's going to be me in the Spider-Man outfit.
Is that what you're going to draw?
Yep. I think we should redraw that cover where Spider-Man's on the wall and you're the window washer.
Redrawing that?
Yeah, except for now it's the legit Spider-Man costume and you're
I will have a metal
outfit.
arm. Oh, I was going to say I'll have a metal arm, yeah.
Either one.
I don't mind redrawing that. It's fun piece.
But yeah, so it was fucking rad. And I think Daredevil's the next thing. No, we'll have another episode before Daredevil.
Yeah, we should. I mean, hopefully next week we can record a little earlier because we've been recording.
There's gonna be a lot to talk about after. I mean, the trailer only just dropped like
Yeah.
5 hours ago or so.
Mm.
So we're gonna definitely have more shit to talk about next week, I'm sure, before Daredevil. But there will be an episode shortly after that when Daredevil comes out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
Daredevils are gonna take it out of
until
us,
that
man.
happens, fellas.
Yep, people who listen, thanks for this.
Oh yeah, and please, like, let us know what you guys thought of the costume.
Absolutely. Drop your
Definitely
thoughts.
am curious what everybody's mind is on this. A lot. So I haven't heard any negative yet.
Not really. I don't think
I've not heard
seen any
anyone say
negatives.
anything negative yet.
No.
So
A lot of people are more confused. It's like, why does his eyes move?
right. And I'd see a lot of people be like, his eyes move because Deadpool, but that's pretty much it. But anyway, until we get to that next one, guys, stay chipper chap.
What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat.